Hey guys, it's Kat.Beanie, and today I'm going to be reading to you from the Minecraft Snapshot 21W08A, which is the new Minecraft Java snapshot while I do some mining in my Bedrock survival world. You got that right, folks. I'm going to be talking to you about Java while I mine in Bedrock. So if any of you people have the old Java Bedrock rival going on, then this is really gonna grind your gears. So let's get started, shall we? Obviously it's the first snapshot of 8th week of the 21st year. A Minecraft Java snapshot. In the snapshot, our new beloved stone type has suffered a grim fate and has been renamed Deep Slate. How mysterious. Ooh. Obviously you can find this stuff on the Minecraft website, so just if you want to see what it was written by Adrian Ostergaard, I hope I'm pronouncing that properly, published on the 24th of the 2nd 2021. Now I'm a bit late to the game with talking about this because I have a full-time job as well as doing Minecraft videos, so please bear with me guys. This is probably not the first place you have heard about this, so yeah, don't worry about it. Right, changes in the 21W08A. Tweaked cave sizes further. Now I'm not sure if that is bigger, smaller, or just general little tweaks here and there, so I guess we'll find out. Canyon and cave carvers now apply at y equals 0. Now there has been some debate as to what you call the new canyons and cave carvers that have been pictured on Twitter and what have you, and some people are like, no, it's just a massive ravine. Now I think it's a canyon. I mean, it's substantially bigger, and if you think about Grand Canyon, people's like, oh no, it's thin, it's like, but compared to a regular ravine, which only goes down so far, you know, it's substantially bigger. It's a canyon, guys. A canyon and cave carvers. So yeah, if you still want to call it a ravine, rock on. I'm going to call it a canyon. Grimstone has now been changed into Deep Slate. So if anyone has played around with Grimstone in the previous snapshot, it has now been changed to be called Deep Slate, which I think is good because when Grimstone was first announced that it was going to be called Grimstone, my issue was I was calling it Grindstone, I was calling it Grimstone, I was calling it Grimestone. I really couldn't wrap my head around, you know, how to pronounce it. So Deep Slate, fairly simple. You know, you're not going to get confused with that, so that sounds fine. Cracks can now be found carved into the ground. Now I imagine these cracks are somewhat akin to a ravine. I think the cracks in the canyons are going to look very similar to ravines. They're just going to be more substantial in size, so I look forward to seeing that. Added deep slate ores. Obviously, if you had seen Twitter before or the previous snapshot, I wasn't sure whether or not they would be making the ores in the Grimstone texture pack as well as, you know, stone texture pack ones, but it looks like they are going ahead with that. So that means that obviously now that Grimstone is called Deep Slate, the ores will now be called Deep Slate ores. So we'll have diamond Deep Slate ores, and we'll have iron Deep Slate ores, and etc, etc. You get the gist here, guys. Right, the distribution of ores has been further tweaked. Right, we do have a photo here to say that obviously diamonds, if you're watching one of my previous videos and the stuff that I retweeted on Twitter, diamonds are going to be available from Y negative 60. They're going to be most common at Y negative 60. but obviously with the new deep slate ores, it has been announced that it's going to be more difficult to mine them, but like because it is more difficult to mine the deep slate in general, so you're going to need like a decent efficiency pickaxe once you get down there, once the new update happens. So start prepping now, guys. If you have a survival world that you want to use when the new update comes out, try not to search round it too much. Try and keep your base local so that when the new update comes out you won't have too far to travel. But when you do, and you do get down to that -60 to look for those diamonds, you are going to need a decent efficiency pickaxe. So try. I'm going to muck about in creative with the new snapshot sometime, probably tonight, and maybe get a video out tonight or tomorrow, and see how that is. I might try enchanting a netherite with efficiency and efficiency and unbreaking and mending and fortune 3, the general ones that you would want on your pickaxe. And go down to -60 and see how it does, and see how many diamonds we can get in like an hour or something. Obviously I will be changing the settings back to survival to make it more realistic, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. Okay, andesite no longer generates under y=0. Now, if you've seen my previous video about the snapshot, whether it was the previous me mining while talking about the Java snapshot video, or if it was the Java snapshot video that I did in Java previously, you will know that I liked having the andesite down with the deep slate because it broke up the monotony of mining the deep slate, which I feel is going to be like mining cobblestone forever and ever and ever. And having those pockets of andesite was actually quite nice. But now they're removing that, and I don't know if they're going to replace it with something else, or if they're just taking away completely, but I guess we'll find out. Tough now sometimes generates under y=0. Now, I haven't seen the textures for tough yet, so I can't comment on how that looks, but I do know that there was some people wanted the tough to generate around like the amethyst geodes, but instead that they're going to use a stone called smooth basalt. Yeah, the tough layer of amethyst geodes has been replaced with now a new type of stone called smooth basalt, and the reasoning for that was one of the developers, I forget their name, one of the developers said the reasoning was they wanted to make it as archaeologically accurate as they could, which I think is a good thing. I mean, when you've got a game about mining, you want it to be as geologically and archaeologically accurate as you can make it. So this is just like another layer to the mining. Like, obviously, if you were a miner in real life and you came across an archaeological dig site or archaeological find, it's not going to look the way you want it to look. It's going to look how it's supposed to look. So I think that's a good thing that they're not bowing to the pressure and having the tough in there. So hopefully I will find a texture of the tough and I'll be able to tweet that on my page. If you don't follow me on Twitter, there is a link on my channel. Please go follow me just to get any more updates and whatnot and see all of my amazing tweets, because I'm that good. No, I'm kidding. I'm lukewarm at best, but we shall persevere, folks. Right, Smooth basalt is now obtained from smelting basalt. Okay, so the stone that the stuff that replaced the tough layer around the amethyst geodes is now, you can now, when I take it when you mine it, you'll get like another type of basalt, and when you smelt it you can re-get smooth basalt, sort of like how you would with cobblestone turning into smooth stone, stone and then smooth stone. So yeah, that sounds good. I take it you'll just be able to mine that with a Silk Touch pickaxe when a new update comes out, but don't quote me on that, guys, that is just an assumption. Another round of tweaking has been done to new textures of ores and blackstone, so that looks interesting. Obviously the ores have had a texture change so that they are different, so that you can differentiate them by the look of the stone type and not by colour alone, which is amazing. Well done to the Minecraft team for doing that. That is, you know, anything that adds accessibility to a game is a good step up in my opinion. Emeralds and Lapis Lazuli ore textures have had some touch-ups. I can't really see much of a difference from the previous ones. Like, I'm looking at the pictures here and it might be because they are tiny, but yeah, it does look slightly different, but not by much in my opinion. But it looks good. I can actually see more of a difference in the redstone, if I'm honest. Or that might just be the way it's printed out, the photo. Yeah, I think it's just the way that the photo is printed out. But anyway, mine shafts are now once again generate in the open air in caves. Yeah, so that's handy. Obviously we're going to have the chains descending from the roof holding the mine shafts up, and then we're going to have pillars coming underneath them to support them from the bottom, so it will look like a more supported mine. They won't just be hanging there unsupported, they will be suspended by chains, so that's good. Particles now appear in the air around spore blossoms. Now I'm not quite sure what these particles look like or how they will appear around the spore blossoms, but that sounds interesting. Slime blocks and honey blocks have been moved to the redstone tab of the creative inventory. Now that is understandable given the fact how often slime blocks and honey blocks are used in conjunction with redstone builds, so I completely understand that. Deep slate. Now here is where I have issues and I will explain in a minute. Deep slate. Grimstone is now called deep slate. That's fine, I like that name, deep slate. It's better than changing it from grimstone, grindstone and grimestone, which, yeah, deep slate now has a top texture, and a new block called cobble deep slate drops from deep slate. Now this is where I have an issue with what they've done. They have essentially made a black version of cobblestone. Now, I'm always excited for new blocks, but it's essentially dark cobblestone. You mine the stone, you get cobblestone, you stick the cobblestone in a furnace, and you get stone again. That is exactly what they have done with the deep slate. You know, it doesn't just drop the way it is. It's like stone, like what I'm doing in this video. I'm mining this stone, it's dropping the cobblestone. If I want to get the stone back, I go put that in a furnace or use a Silk Touch pickaxe. The issues I have here is they're going to make this new deep slate block, after the novelty has worn off, they're going to make it as complacent as cobblestone is, and I don't like it. It's not gonna be special. It's not gonna be. It's just gonna be overused when it's first available, and it's like, I really like how it looks. I just think they need to do something different with either what it drops or how you use it, and I'm not quite sure what aspect that would take, but it is essentially a dark version of cobblestone, and it seems that they're going more in that direction the more of the the more of these snapshots that I see. So I'm not excited about it. I'm excited for the new textures. Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't? I'm not a builder by any chance, but it's always better to have more blocks to build with than fewer. But I'm not excited by how this is gonna crash and burn later on. I don't have a good feeling about it, guys. Right, but let's move on. The cobbled variant is the same but without the top texture, and is used to craft all deep slate variants instead. Now, from what I gather, you should be able to make tools out of this deep slate. Like, I wouldn't recommend it. Essentially, I think it's going to be like stone tools. So again, another like by like thingy with stone and cobblestone. The cobbled variant is the same but without the top texture. So essentially, the block's going to look the same but without the top bit that makes it look different when you mine it, and is used to craft all deep slate variants instead. So if they've got like a polished deep slate, and if you've seen in the other video, all those other types of grimstone that I showed you are all going to be craftable from this cobbled variant, probably via smelting and whatnot. So again, it's essentially cobblestone, just in a different texture. Deep slate now has a unique set of sounds. I like that. I'll admit that I do like that. I mean, I enjoy new sounds wherever they come from, so very crunchy indeed. That does sound exciting. I like that. As a person with hearing loss, I do get excited about any new sensory input, whether it's visual, auditory, tactile, etc, etc. So yeah, that does excite me. Right, deep slate ores. Added deep slate versions of iron, gold, lapis, redstone and diamond ores that generate wherever those ores replace deep slate. Okay. Added deep slate versions of iron, gold, lapis wherever those ores replace deep slate. I take it just eventually means that there's going to be veins of the ores in a deep slate version, like you would if it was a stone version. So yeah, that sounds good. Twice as tough to mine as normal ores. So just like the deep slate is more difficult to mine than cobblestone, obviously the deep slate ores are going to be more difficult to mine. Also, that was something we could have expected given the nature of how difficult deep slate is to mine in general. So, that sounds good. Ore distribution tweaks. There's a little video of, not a little video, there's a little picture of the ore distribution tweaks, which I can't really see, but essentially, obviously, diamonds are Y negative 60. I think redstone and stuff is like sort of down that end as well. Iron, you're going to want to get like really high up or sort of middle cobblestone level, as well as gold. Lapis, I think you'll be able to get from like the very bottom of negative 64 up till just below land level, ideally. And gold is, yeah, slightly further down. It's not a great picture. I should have got a better one. But yeah, anyway, let's move on because we're almost out of time. Fixed bugs in 21W08A. MC-213926. Rooted dirt footstep sounds are considerably quieter than normal dirt footstep sounds. So I take it they will have fixed that, where the rooted dirt footstep sounds are now at least on the same level as normal dirt footstep sounds. That sounds good. MC214782. Geodes can generate floating in caves. So I take it the geodes will no longer be floating about in caves randomly. Just like, oh yeah, here's a floating geode. Wah. Like, yeah, no. MC214843. Old style caves don't generate past Y equals 0. So they did say this in the last one that they hadn't put the caves in yet. So now the old style caves will generate past Y equals 0. So if you go below like Y-1, you should see some old style caves and yada yada yada. Snapshots are available for Minecraft Java Edition. To install the snapshot, open up the Minecraft launcher and enable snapshots in the installation tab, which I will be doing later to go have a look. Snapshots can corrupt your world, so please back up and or run them in a different folder from your main world. Always back up your saves, people. Always. Like, I have had my Bedrock survival world for just over a year, so I always keep a backed up version on my computer. Always back up your saves. Very important. So cross-platform server jar, Minecraft server jar, report bugs here, yada yada yada, just general riff-raff. So that's that for now. As I said, I am excited about the new height limits. I'm excited about the caves and cliffs thing in general. The given the breadth of this update, it is gonna be like a super amazing update. It's really exciting. It's gonna be super good. I cannot wait for it to come out like fully. I am not excited about the deep slate whatsoever. I am curious about the amount of diamonds we will get -60. I really want to test that one out, but as I said, I think deep slate is too much like stone and cobblestone. I don't like it, but with the rest of what's going in the update, it's going to be amazing, guys, and I hope you look forward to it as much as I do. I mean, if nothing's perfect, you know, I'm not going to enjoy everything in an update, you're not going to enjoy everything in an update, you might have your own pet peeve, but it is what it is. The Minecraft guys are doing a great job. Hope they keep it up. Well, I'm sure they will, but thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.